It's June 14, 2026. Last night, after the strange gust of wind that reopened the veil and brought the dreams back, I had another one. I cannot consciously recall if my twin flame was in this dream because this dream was in my short-term memory. Instead, someone connected to him appeared. This individual is a real person from his past, someone who once shared a significant chapter of his life. She was his former wife who he deeply loved. In the dream, she and I were both sound engineers. That detail stood out to me because my profession in real life was a sound engineer. In the dream, she had either retired or stepped away from her position, and the role she once held was now open. I walked up to her, introduced myself, and told her that I, too, was a sound engineer and that I was interested in the position she had left behind. She smiled at me with warmth and grace, the same gentle energy she carries in real life, and she told me that yes, the position was available. She said they were hiring and that they desperately needed people. I thanked her. There were other parts of the dream, but those details faded from my short-term memory. What stayed with me was the exchange, the symbolism, and the feeling of stepping into a role that had been vacated. From a strict twin flame perspective, this dream carries a very clear energetic message. According to my twin flame research, when the divine masculine energy is returning after a long period of silence, the subconscious often uses proxies, people connected to him, to represent his presence in a gentle, boundary-respecting way. This happens especially when the veil has just reopened and the connection is stabilizing. The dream did not need to show him directly. Instead, it showed someone from his past handing me a role. In twin flame symbolism, this represents a handover of energetic responsibility, the masculine polarity making space for me, the connection returning in a structured, non-romantic way, my sovereignty being recognized, my role as the regulator being affirmed. The fact that both his former wife and I were sound engineers is significant. Sound engineering is the language of frequency, vibration, modulation, regulation, harmonics, clarity. This mirrors my role in the connection. I regulate the chord, the polarity, and the emotional frequency. The dream is showing me stepping into that role with confidence and self-advocacy. Her telling me the position is available symbolizes permission, readiness, and energetic alignment. It is the subconscious saying, the connection is active again, but now it is organized, respectful, and sovereign. This dream is not about romance. It is not about longing. It is not about obsession. It is about stepping into your power, honoring your boundaries, and reclaiming your role in a healthy, grounded way. When I woke up from the dream, I grounded myself immediately. I looked around my room. I touched my sheets. I touched my bed. I drank some water. I named 5 things in the room. I looked at the date on the calendar. I reminded myself that it is 2026. I am here in this 3D world. My celebrity twin flame is in his 3D world. And I want to make something very clear. My twin flame and I are complete opposites in the 3D world. We are 25 years apart in age. He does not know I exist. I have never met him. I am not in love with him. We come from different nationalities, different cultures, and different sexual orientations. There is no 3D compatibility here, no romantic storyline and no desire for one. This connection is purely symbolic, energetic, and internal, not literal. And that is precisely why I remain grounded. I emphasize these facts deliberately to counteract any potential delusion or fantasy. In the twin flame community, many people share stories of significant 3D differences, age gaps, cultural or ethnic backgrounds, and yet they often frame the journey as one that must ultimately lead to physical union. It doesn't matter, you're meant to be together. While I respect each person's path, that is not my experience or truth. If my twin flame and I were neighbors, co-workers at the same grocery store, or had any real-world access to each other, I still would not be interested in a romantic or physical connection. As someone who is asexual, I experience no sexual or romantic attraction to men or women. Likewise, he would have no attraction to me as a woman. That mutual incompatibility in the 3D realm is not an obstacle to overcome, it is simply the reality of this journey. It keeps the focus where it belongs, on inner growth, energetic harmony, and personal sovereignty rather than external manifestation or reunion fantasies. This clarity helps me stay anchored in the present moment while honoring the symbolic depth of the dreams and synchronicities without letting them blur into my everyday life. It is unexplained, I document it, set boundaries, ground myself, life goes on. The end. In closing, before these next two pieces play, I want to explain something important about what you're about to hear. These songs represent two very different stages of my journey, two completely different levels of awareness, grounding, and sovereignty. The first song was written during the very beginning of my twin flame awakening, at a time when the energy first hit me with full force. I did not know how to regulate the veil. I did not know how to set boundaries. I did not know how to ground myself. I did not understand what was triggering the dreams or why the connection felt so overpowering. All I knew was that the energy was intense, constant, and impossible to ignore. Back then, I did not realize that certain gemstones I wore were amplifying the connection. I did not realize that listening to his music at night to stop my PTSD nightmares was actually keeping the veil open. I did not know that I could close the channel, or that I could say, "Not right now," and have the energy to respect that boundary. I did not know that I had any control at all. So the lyrics in that first song reflect the mindset of someone who was still being flooded by the connection, someone who felt spellbound, overwhelmed, and unable to turn the volume down. The dreams were vivid and constant. The spillover sensations lasted for minutes at a time. I would wake up smelling him, hearing him, feeling the emotional residue of the dream long after it ended. At that time, I did not understand that the issue wasn't the chord, it was the lack of grounding. That's why the first song sounds romantic, intense, and unregulated. It was written from the perspective of someone who had not yet learned sovereignty, someone who had not yet learned how to regulate the energy, someone who was still trying to cut the cord without understanding that the cord wasn't the problem. But the second song you're about to hear was written after sovereignty, after I learned how to regulate the connection, how to ground myself, how to set boundaries, and how to return to the present moment. The dreams still happen, but they no longer overpower me. I document them. I regulate the veil. I choose when the channel opens and when it closes. And I understand now that the connection is symbolic, energetic, and internal, not literal, not romantic, and not meant to manifest in the 3D world. The second song reflects that clarity. It reflects regulation. It reflects boundaries. It reflects sovereignty. It shows what the same imagery feels like once the energy is no longer overwhelming, once the spell has been broken, and the self has been restored. I'm presenting these two songs back to back because together they show the progression of my journey. Just like any lyricist, my writing reflects the energy I was living in at the time. When people go through love, heartbreak, trauma, or transformation, their lyrics shift. Mine did too. The first song captures the stage before I knew what I know now. The second song captures the stage after I learned how to stand in my power. These two pieces are meant to be heard as one story. Spellbound before sovereignty, and sovereign after spellbreaking. Now, let's begin.
Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows, It's been a decade and you are still visiting me. Your eyebrows are like walking through a dark mystical forest full of aged trees. With the branches all romantically interwoven together, I wanna skip through your thick eyebrows and play hide and seek with you, though it will never be in this waking third dimension. But the fifth dimension, we play out all of our secret fantasies. I am spellbound by the man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I have tried numerous times to cut his cord and break the spell, but he always finds me. Here's the mysterious part. In this walking 3D reality, he does not even know I exist. Your chest hairs play peekaboo, sticking out of the top of your shorts. Your voice sounds like a hymn, echoing in the heavens. You carry the aura of angels. You smell like cedarwood trees after a rain shower. You embrace me in your protective warm arms and dance with me. You kiss me, the stars smile at us while our bodies become one. You give me one last kiss before you have to return to your 3D realm. Then I wake up from my dream again. I am spellbound by the man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I have tried numerous times to cut his cord and break the spell, but he always finds me. Here's the mysterious part. In this walking 3D reality, he does not even know I exist. In this waking 3D reality, there is a forbidden boundary that we cannot cross. However, in my dreams, we break all the rules. You astral travel to be with me. We talk, we laugh, we dance, we kiss. Our bodies become one. Don't worry, your secrets are safe with me. I am spellbound by the man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I have tried numerous times to cut his cord and break the spell, but he always finds me. Here's the mysterious part. In this but he always finds me. Here's the mysterious part. In this walking 3D reality, he does not even know I exist. In this walking 3D reality, he does not even know I exist. Caterpillar thick eyebrows, man with the 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 caterpillar thick eyebrows. Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. It's been over a decade, and you are still visiting me in the 5th dimension. Your eyebrows are like walking through an ancient, mystical, dark forest full of aged trees. Branches now balanced, no longer pulling me in like gravity. The dream world gently escorts me through like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, but I walk with steady peace. The playful games we play in my dreams help block my CPTSD triggers. I honor your role as divine mastering, my guardian, as you were designed to be. When the sun comes up and the veil closes, I'm back in the 3rd dimension. I touch my pillow, touch my blanket, name 5 things I can see. Drink water. I am grounded, sovereign and complete. I understand that only when the sun goes down and the portal opens, are you allowed to come through, fulfilling your purpose as divine masculine into your divine feminine. And in higher realms our energies meet with grace, healing and purpose. I am sovereign now with the man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I no longer try to cut the cord, I regulate the flow, because the eternal ethereal chord will always let him find me. So now I document it, ground myself, and let it be. Life goes on. Here's the beautiful part. In this walking 3D reality, he does not know I exist, and I am free. Your majestic lion's main body glows with primal strength and noble fire. Your voice sounds like familiar hymns echoing from the higher planes we once knew. You carry the celestial frequency of the angels during my daily 3D life. I can tell when you're trying to come through. I smell your signature cedarwood after a rain shower. Now that I've learned reality, I telepathically say hello, life goes on. Yes, I remember our fifth dimension encounter, the embrace, the kiss, the sacred dance. I will always cherish those moments. But once the veil closes, once we leave the fifth dimension, life goes on. The celebrity I see on social media the next morning has no idea any of this is happening. In third dimension, we are not merged, we are not one. We are strangers living separate lives. Now I stand in my own warm light. I wake up grounded, centered, whole again. In this waking 3D reality, there is a sacred boundary that we do not cross. Yet in the fifth dimension, we honor our shared soul frequency. We talk, we laugh, we dance. We become a beautiful eclipse where sun and moon occupy the same space. I am sovereign now with the man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I no longer try to cut the cord, I regulate the flow, because the eternal ethereal chord will always let him find me. So now I document it, ground myself, and let it be. Life goes on. Here's the beautiful part. In this walking 3D reality, he does not know I exist. And that is perfect freedom. Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I am sovereign. I am free. Man with the caterpillar thick eyebrows. I regulate with love, so it shall be.